verse number 293. 293. 293 verse. Page number 123. We begin. Bassanio, Antonio, I am married to a wife which is as dear to me as life itself. But life itself, my wife, and all the world are not with me esteemed above thy life. I would lose all. I sacrifice them all here to this devil to deliver you. So whether the mathematical symbol is correct, I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. I think it is correct. So this is greater, no? Somebody just lift hand. This is correct, no? Greater is, this is greater and this is lower. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, right. So what he is saying is, Basani is saying, my life, my wife, my property, etc. That is the whole world, myself, whatever I have, none of them is greater. They are all lower. This is greater. Your life, that is Antonio's life. Here, your life means Antonio's life. Antonio's life is greater than all this. I am ready to sacrifice my life, my property, whatever I have, to give it to Shylock so that he will deliver you from his clutches. That's the thing. So, here there is a little funny thing will be there, some fun will be there. That is, he says, Bassanio says that my wife is dear to me as life itself. I love my wife so much so she is equal to my life. But I am ready to sacrifice my life, my property, everything, and give to Shylock if he will spare you. Now, Portia. Bassanio does not know that his wife is listening to him. Portia says, your wife would give you little thanks for that if she were by to hear you make the offer. Here by means if she were by means if she was nearby. If she happened to be near to you, she would not accept or appreciate what you said. So now what he said is equal to saying, my life, my property, and whatever I have, including my life, my wife, whom I love so dearly, is of less value to me when I compare to your life. I am ready to sacrifice everything. Will the wife be happy to hear that? She will not be. Graciano, I have a wife whom I protest. I love. I would she were in heaven, so she could entreat some power to change this currish Jew. So Graciano adds his own share, saying that I have a wife whom I protest. Protest here meaning is I swear. I make an oath. I too have a wife. You, Bassanio, you said that you have a wife whom you love so much, but you are ready to sacrifice. I have a wife whom I love so much, but I would, that is, I wish she were in heaven, so she could earnest some power to change this currish Jew. Currish is dog like, one who has the qualities of a dog. So there is a belief that when people die, they will go to heaven and they'll be in the presence of God and they will pray to God or plead to God for our needs. It's called intercession. 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 Somebody is interceding for me. Somebody is praying for me. Somebody is helping me. So the people who died before us, for example, suppose your grandfather was already dead and he is in heaven. He will be in the presence of God and I'll ask some favors from God and grant us. That's a sort of belief. So Graciano says, I too have a wife whom I love so much. I wish she were in heaven so that she will pray to God or entreat God to do some favor and help us out of this situation. Nerissa, It is well you offer it behind her back, that we should make else an unquiet house. So they are having a fun. Persia said some comments she made. Now Nerissa makes a comment saying, it is well you offer it behind her back. Behind her back means at the back, without her knowledge or without her seeing it. That we should make else or else. If you do not make it at the back, that is, if you are going to make it in the presence of your wife, it will lead to an unquiet house. Unquiet house is meaning is given there, strife in your household. That is noisy argument. That is fight. If you are going to make it in the presence of your wife, saying that I wish that you were in heaven to entreat for my friend, that will lead to a quarrel in the house. Your wife would have picked up a quarrel. It's better that you do it without her knowledge or in her absence. But actually, she is listening to it. Shylock, there be the Christian husbands. I have a daughter. Would any of the stock of Barabbas had been her husband rather than a Christian? Be trifle time, I pray thee, pursue sentence. So now Shylock is saying, these be the Christian husbands. They are replying like this. They are valuing their friendship so more than their own life, their wife, and property, etc. These are Christian husbands, useless fellows. So these be the Christian husbands. I have a daughter. Then he says, meaning is given there. So this is what these Christian husbands have to say about their wives. What a pity. Then he says about his daughter, Shylock. I have a daughter. Would any of the stock of Barabbas had been her husband rather than a Christian? So Shylock wishes that Barabbas should have been any of the tribes, means any of the descendants of Barabbas should have been the husband of my daughter. Barabbas is the person who was set free and Jesus was condemned to death. When Jesus was brought before Pilate, the governor, this was a custom that every year at Easter time, Easter, Easter is a festival of Christians. So Jews and Christians. So Easter time, the governor will set one culprit free. One culprit, one thief, or one who has done something and who is in the jail will be set free. So when Jesus was sentenced, saying that Jesus did this and that, then there was also a very cruel criminal who has done so many murders and things like that. His name was Barabbas. So Pilate asked, whom do you want me to set free this year? He thought that Barabbas, being a murderer, one who has killed so many people, who has looted so many people, people will say, no, keep Barabbas in the jail, allow Jesus to go, set Jesus free. That's what he thought. That's why he asked, whom do you want me to set free, Jesus or Barabbas? And very strangely, the Jewish people answered, we want you to set Barabbas free. Condemn Jesus, kill Jesus. This is a historical event. So now, Shylock is saying that any of the descendants of this Barabbas, who was a murderer, who was a great thief, any of his descendants should have been the wife of my daughter instead of this Christian called. So a Christian should not be the husband. He is not able to stomach that idea. So he hates Lorenzo for mainly because he was a Christian. He was a Christian and he was also a close friend of Antonio and Bassani. Therefore, he is not at all happy with Jessica falling in love with Lorenzo and running away with him. Okay, clear. Then aside, be trifle time, I pray thee, pursue sentence. So he is telling himself, we are wasting time speaking about this wives, husbands. I am speaking about my daughter. It's not a waste of time. Please give judgment fast. He is telling himself, others cannot hear. Portia. Now we are coming back to the main drama. A little diversion of about the husbands and their what they said and all those things. Now coming back to the main scene. Portia. A pound of that same merchant's flesh is thine. The court awards it, and the Lord doth give it. Give it means authorizes it. Authorizes. Court authorizes it. So a pound of that same merchant's flesh is thine. Same merchant here is Antonio. A pound of Antonio's flesh is yours, Shylock. The court awards it, grants it, and law doth give it, authorizes it. That is, by the sanction of the law, it is yours. You can have it. Shylock, most rightful judge, is very happy. Most rightful judge. What a fantastic, excellent. Portia. And you must cut this flesh from off his breast. The law allows it, and the count and the court awards it. You remember earlier, Shylock was asking the lawyer, is it not written that I can take the flesh from closest to his chest? Yes, it was correct. So now Portia is reminding or assuring Shylock that what he wanted he can have. That is a pound of flesh closest to the chest of Antonio. And you must cut this flesh from off his breast. The law allows it and the court awards it. Not close to the chest, you cut the chest itself. No problem. Shylock. Most learned judge, a sentence, come, prepare. A learned judge here means a righteous judge. That is a wise, W-I-S-E, wise judge. A sentence, what a sentence. What a decision. Come, prepare, Antonio. Antonio, come, get ready. I'm going to cut the flesh. Portia. Tarry a little. There is something else. This bond doth give thee here no jot of blood. The words expressly are a pound of flesh. Take then thy bond, take thou thy pound of flesh, but in the cutting it, if thou dost shed one drop of Christian blood, thy lands and goods are, by the laws of Venice, confiscate unto the state of Venice. So, when Shylock told Antonio, get ready, I'm going to cut the flesh from your chest because I am granted it. I have been granted it by the court, and the lawyer is allowing me. Portia said, tarry a little. We have already seen this word in the Act 3. When Bassanio came to make the choice of the casket, Portia said, tarry a bit. Tarry means wait. Tarry a little, there is something else. There is something else I want to tell you. What is it? This bond doth give thee here not a jot of blood. No jot means not a jot. Jot is drop. Drop of, not even a drop of blood. That means no blood at all. No blood at all. It does not offer any blood, not even a drop of blood. The words expressly are a pound of flesh. When Portia asked Shylock to arrange for a doctor, surgeon, he asked, is it given in the bond? No, it is not given in the bond. I will follow only the bond. That's what he told the lawyer. So now she is turning the tables on him. And she is asking, she is saying that it is expressly means clearly said a pound of flesh. Take then thy bond, take thou thy pound of flesh, But in the cutting it, if thou dost shed one drop of Christian blood, thy lands and goods are by the law of Venice confiscate unto the state of Venice. So it's very clearly said a pound of flesh. Please take a pound of flesh, but only a pound of flesh, not even a drop of blood. If you shed even a drop of Christian blood, here is Antonio's blood, then the court will take you to custody because court will confiscate. Confiscate means take by force. It will confiscate all that you have. All the properties of Shylock will be taken by the court by force. That is the rule of Venice. Graciano. Now it is the turn of Graciano to praise the judge. Graciano says, "Oh, upright judge." Then he tells the Jew, "Mark, Jew, pay attention, Jew, oh learned judge." So he tells the judge, "Oh, upright judge, one who holds the right thing, justice, an upright judge, a straightforward. What a decision!" And he tells Shylock, "Look at him, what a judge, what a fantastic judge is this." So he is just giving back. Earlier it was Shylock who praised the lawyer using the same words. Now Graciano is using the same words to praise Portia for the judgment she has given. Shylock, is that the law? That is reference to what Portia said. If you are going to shed even a drop of blood, then all your property will be confiscated by the court of Venice. So Shylock is asking, is that the law? Is that the law? Portia, thyself shall see the act. For as thou urgest justice, be assured thou shalt have justice more than thou desirest. So when Portia was asked, is that the law? Portia says, please look at the act. You can look at the rule by yourself and confirm it, no problem. For because as thou urgest justice, you are demanding justice, be assured thou shalt have justice. You shall have justice more than thou desirest, more than you desire, you will have justice.